Hello and welcome. In today's speaker card reading, we will see what is next in your love life, what you can expect next in your love life. For that, we have three piles, pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So let's get started. Thank you. Hello and welcome. Pile number 1. Today's reading is what is next in your love life. So let's see. Okay. From the tarot deck we have, okay, 5 of cups. Right. Then 8 of pentacles. All right. 7 of pentacles. Wow. And 4 of cups. Not bad at all. Let's see. Okay, so let's see what we have from the everyday witches tarot deck. Okay, hangman. Okay. King of cups. King of cups. Right. And wow, wheel of fortune. Great. Okay, so evidently, as you can see, this is 5 of cups. So this is a negative cup, a negative card for me. Pile number 1. I think you guys have gone through some kind of loss of relationship, loss of lovers. You must have been through something of that sort. I don't know. I mean, just write in the comment section below what was that. You must have been through some kind of a loss of love, either love loss of at times, even if you're in a relationship, things tend to get bitter. The differences tend to rub each other in a very wrong manner. So some kind of loss of loved one, or maybe break up in a relationship, you have lost something in love. So that is 5 of cups, and he is mourning. See, this figure is mourning, right? But now this 8 of pentacles, as you can see, this is a very positive. This is one of my favorite cards, by the way. It shows everything is in your hand. It's with your commitment, dedication. See how dedicated and committed he is. So you can carve out the path, the next part in your love life. Whatever is coming next, you can carve it out with your own dedication and commitment and hard work, very hard work. Okay, so now this 4 of cups and 7 of pentacles. 7 of pentacles typically means grief, gifts, presents, some kind of, you can expect some good time basically. Maybe it's with your friends, like after you have gone through a breakup or a break or a heartbreak of some sort. You started working on your own self, on your own personality, and maybe that's the reason why you get to meet some real interesting people, maybe dating scenario, maybe having good time with your friends and family, which you probably should be doing anyways after you have gone through a breakup anyways, or like any kind of loss in that department. And last one here is the 4 of cups, which it means new relationship or something new. Novelty is portrayed through this through this card, sorry. So I think by the end of, I can see around say 6 to 8 months time, after you have worked on your own self, worked very hard, and also at times have let your hair down, that you will at last find somebody, find a new relationship, a new start at your love life, the next stage of your life. It will be, but it's not in like 1 day, 2 day, 1 month. I can say clearly it's like 6 to 8 month or maybe 12 month. 18 month, that kind of like 6 7 month to 1.5 year time. There you will be doing some internal work on your own self, some partying around, playing around, maybe dating a few people, having really fun time there, because relationship is mostly commitment. So firstly, maybe dating around, having receiving good presents and gifts from your admirers. From there, finding somebody. So hanged man. Here from this everyday witches tarot, whatever is coming here, it's been confirmed in this from this. I mean, I just love this kind of interconnected messages. It shows to let go, to pause and stop yourself, which means that to introspect, to let go of those relationships, of those people who are no longer serving your purpose, who have basically turned toxic for you. Not to hold on to them, rather not to mourn them for a shorter time period, then let them go and start a new life. This is your life, so start it. First of all, do the inner work, the spiritual internal reflection, the introspection that is needed, that hard dedicated inner work. Do that first. Okay, now the King of Cups. King of Cups, basically, it shows a very stable, empathetic relationship. You know what? Once you have done the inner work, once you have dated around a bit, that way you will learn more about people, how people work, how people's psyche works. Then only you can get this Four of Cups, somebody offering you their cups, a relationship. And I expect that as per as the cards are concerned, the cards are telling me that will be a more stable, more empathetic kind of a partner, compassionate. We all need it, especially in today's life. I mean, who has the time for another person? So if you have a partner who is basically a friend, nothing but a best friend, then you will not need a lot of friends in your life, right? I know friends have their own place, but if your partner is understanding, empathetic, I mean, who wouldn't want that kind of a partner? And I can see a stable yet empathetic partner is offering you their cups once you have done the letting go and the inner work. Does that make sense, group one? And last but not the least is the Wheel of Fortune. This is same thing, the new relationship, new opportunity and new relationship. Along this is somebody who offering the cup, a new relationship, a novelty, new starting in the love life arena. But I can assure you that will take minimum 6 months to maximum around 1.5 year, maybe closing closer to 2 year time. For commitment requires time, I understand. So if you have been through something, go through the initial mourning phase, but then come out. Let go of things, people who are no longer serving you. Just let them go. Be free. Free yourself. Do the inner introspective work. Do the hard inner work. Date around. Have some fun. Have party. Do some partying, and there only you will probably find somebody who will be offering you their cup, a stable and empathetic partner. Once you have dated around, known a bit, and have not stayed that naive that you have once been, so that people can't just use your naivety, innocence, so that people can't use you anymore. Then only I think the right kind of a person, the empathetic, stable kind of a person, a new relationship in the horizon. But I don't really think it will happen in next 1 month, 2 months. If you're going through this mourning phase, go through this phase, but then let them go and do the inner work. The rest will fall in place. I really hope, pile one, the things have resonated. If it has, do hit the subscribe and like button. Thank you. Namaste. Hi, pile number 2, and welcome to your Pika card reading. Today's topic is what is next in your love life. And for that, we have, one second, right. What do we have? Okay, Judgment, right. It's a major arcana. The World. Wow. Wow. Okay. Six of Pentacles, see? And the Hierophant. Wow. I like it when especially the end is exceptionally positive. Death. See, from the Everyday Witches Tarot, it's death. Then the Hermit. The Hermit. Right. And the last one, Queen of Cups. Great, great, great. Okay. So the Judgment. The Judgment is a card which tells me, it talks about the inner reflection. I think you have gone through a breakup, or maybe several of the past relationships which had potential but just couldn't work out. So now, no, now our spirit guides are telling me to convey the message to you, pile number 2, that you need to do some inner work, some self reflection, some self inner reckoning. You know, there are certain things that are probably wrong. Maybe we are too much of a people pleaser. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it could be just anything. Maybe we are, we have this self sabotage tendencies. I don't know what you have. Just look within yourself. Ask yourself the question that, why am I getting disappointments? I think you have been through either a breakup or several potential, you know, smaller dating potentials, or relationship potentials, which you thought might convert into something which is strong and solid and like for the longer term, but it just couldn't work out that way. Okay, next is the World. This shows that, you know after you have gone through you know the self, the inner work, the reflection, like what do I bring on table, how do I behave in the relationship. It's not always, don't get me wrong, but always it's not just the other person, because it takes two for a tango, right? So there are two people involved in a relationship. So if after you have done the judgment, self judgment, there is, there will be a time in your life when you'll be able to grow. The real growth will happen, and you'll be able to attract the kind of people, the kind of relationships which you're actually desiring for. I mean, we're wishing and desiring for that. I mean, I wish I had that kind of a husband or a wife or whatever, a boyfriend or a girlfriend. So that's when you will see, after you have done the inner work, that's when you will see the real, now you know what you want, what you bring on table, what your flaws are, and accordingly you'll be able to, I can see more growth, more celebration. Because of growth you will attract your type of crowd, and that will that will create, you know, times of celebration in your life, maybe some new people, some dating potentials. Now, Six of Pentacles. Now this shows, maybe you are a person, but for me, my spirit guides are telling me, it's, after you have done the inner work, you will be able to attract the person who is more balanced. Six of Pentacles to me is a Taurus card. Stable, balanced, yet empathetic, generous in a relationship, that kind of a person. So, wow, I mean, kudos to you. Once you do the inner work, we all need to do the inner work, the shadow work, which is a very difficult thing. I mean, putting yourself up, I mean, like showing yourself the mirror where you were going wrong, what you were bringing on table. Once you do that, once you recognize your true self, the world is going to, open the door, and you will ultimately find the person. But I, again, this also, don't expect, I mean, this is not like, next week, next day, or next month, maybe not even a next month scenario. This self reflection usually takes a longer time. But ultimately I can see a more Hierophant is somebody who is very traditional, committed. I can see a committed relationship at the end of this journey, once you have been through, because I think you have been through a lot of relationship breaks or disappointments ultimately. But this also, I mean, this thing I have noticed in pile 1, if possible you could go back and go through that pile. They had a very similar message. I know it might, it might become a little bit time consuming for you guys, but if you can, you could go back and hear those messages as well. Anyways, now this Hierophant, I can see a very stable, you know, even after you have changed, even after you have done the inner work, you will change as a person, you will grow as a person. The world will open you, it will just literally, a world of opportunity will open in front of you. Hence, probably, I think it could be very well somebody will be having their eyes set on you. Maybe they were scared earlier, maybe you had a temper issue, maybe you were I don't know, reckless. I don't want to sound negative, but we all have negative traits. Maybe they were just scared of you, they were not maybe that upfront and forthright in their approach. Who knows what that was? So, but now I feel, after you have gone through a sea of change, you actually will be able to attract a more stable, more committed kind of a person, whom, you know, this will be a more longer term, it's a long term kind of a relationship. Could be marriage, could just be a relationship, but a long term, stable, giving, generous person, very much like the pile one scenario. A little bit different, but you could actually find a very similar message. You could go there and check that out as well. Now, you literally find somebody whom you have known over the years, who have been your friend. So just beware of your friends. Maybe somebody is actually having an eye on you. Maybe they have been, you always went for the wrong person. Maybe one of your friends were actually your true partner, but you always went for, we tend to have those tendencies, like, two good friends to be lovers or anything else. So maybe, but I can very well find that somebody from your known circle might actually approach you and end up being a very stable partner. Just a hunch. Now, Death. I love it. Exactly the similar thing, Judgment. Death is a card where, you are holding on to other, why that didn't happen, what could I have done differently. Just let that part go. Let those people go. Let those disappointments go. Instead, just focus on your own self. Shed the skin. Let the past remain in the past and start moving forward. It's a major, major message that I'm seeing here. And as the Hermit says, the same thing, the Judgment, Hermit, very similar, soul searching, inner work, inner reckoning. Take time to, form some strong insight about your own self before you enter into another relationship. In fact, if my hunch is, if the message that I'm getting is right, you will have to do the inner work, or else you'll again end up with somebody who is not right for you. But once you have done the inner work, you will actually notice the kind of people that are surrounding you are also changing, because you will change as a person. Does that make sense, Pile 2? If you change as a person, then only this person who is stable, generous, will muster the courage to, come up and proposition. Or else the regular type who tend to always let you down, that is the type who will, again, like, you will fall for. So do the inner work. This person is sitting silently in the middle of a jungle, in front of a fire. Nothing matters, only the self-reckoning, the inner work matters, and that's what he or she is doing. She here is doing. Right. Now the last one is the Queen of Cups. So if you have done the inner work, the kind of person that you will find is a stable, yet very much in tune with your emotional needs, which exactly speaks for a friend who have known you for a long time. They know how exactly, our friends, remember, they are very good at judging who are good for us, who are not. We should listen to them. Instead of getting swayed by our emotions, it's better to listen to them. Likewise, this is a friend. It's strongly somebody, a friend, or somebody who has really observed you from afar and always thought maybe you were out of their league, or just scared that maybe you'll not be interested in them. So once you've done the inner work, that kind of a giving yet stable personality is going to come into your life. I hope that you have had some clarity, group 2. If yes, then hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. Namaste. Hi Pile 3 and welcome to your Pick a Card reading. Today's topic is what's next you can expect. What's next in your love life that you can expect. Okay, so let's start. Queen of Cups. Okay. Queen of Swords. Right. Three of Cups. Great. I mean, this is a fantastic card, by the way. Queen of Wands. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is a very positive card. Okay. Now, Justice. Great. Okay. Knight of Cups from the Everyday Witches deck. This is Knight of Cups. And Strength. Strength. Wow. Now, fine. So let me start. So we have Queen of Cups. See, we have Queen of Cups. This is a person who basically he or she who is very intuitive, empathetic, very compassionate. At times, they are very much in tune with their own emotions and that of the others. There are people around us, and we all tend to emanate some kind of an energy, right? Sorry. Yes, had moved the camera a little bit. So we all tend to have some kind of energy that we tend to emanate, and these are the people, group 3. You are the people who can absorb someone else's energy. If somebody is there in the room and is not going through a good phase, you are the ones who will immediately catch that energy. If somebody is sad, you feel for them, you feel sad, unhappy. So that's the kind of energy that I can see for you first. Now, Queen of Swords. When somebody is empathetic and, compassionate, it's at times, I mean, I'm not calling someone out here, but it so happens that they tend to just give, and give in relationships, in friendships. So, I mean, if one is a person who just gives all the time, then people just expect them to give only, but don't expect that they too can expect something in return. And that problem is happening here. So Queen of Swords is somebody, your spirit guides are like, the message that I'm receiving, your spirit guides are telling you to be more upfront and vocal about your own needs in a relationship. You can become very bitter, and you can have those, no one understands me, no one cares about my. Instead of getting into this victim mode, speak up, do introspect more, which I'm sure you already do. Then talk about your own needs, be very honest regarding what you want, what you expect. We all have some expectations in a relationship. Just be honest and upfront about what you need or want in your relationship. Now, Three of Cups. Three of Cups is a card which shows that it's basically you should look forward to some kind of celebration. So now that you have sorted out your own energies, now that you have been able to, I think you are an empathetic person, and you at times get into this victim mode, feeling that the other person doesn't really understand my needs. So instead of getting this bitter, having maybe grudges, more getting into this victim mode that I said, it's better that you voice your opinions in the relationship. Then what you can expect is a celebration time. Maybe the other person will start understanding you better once you start airing your opinions, voicing your opinions. the other person will understand that better, start respecting you even more, the one that you deserve. At times, if you can't get it directly, you'll have to stomp your feet and say, no, this is it, I'm not doing anymore. If you are not willing to do, like, come halfway. It takes two for a tango, so you'll have to play your part first. So for that, if you have said that, if you do that, then you can look forward to some real celebratory growth, some travel, some, I can see celebrations straight away, some fun time. And Queen of Wands. So now, up until now, it could also happen, it could so happen that you have been in a relationship where you felt unheard, very like unaccepted. People, the other person was just taking. So you have just voiced your opinions, nothing happened, you have walked out. That could, this is a second scenario. Then just enjoy. I can see you getting into the mode of just, enjoyment, mode of enjoyment, travel, some letting your hair down after feeling victimized for a long time. Then I can see this Queen of Wands, more, it's a more of a social butterfly, party animal kind of a vibe that I'm getting, that kind of a person. But mind you, at the same time, it's a party animal but a stable wand energy. So it's a party animal who will make your life more colorful, like this flower, like this sunflower. It will, your life will start to bloom after you meet, I mean, probably through these parties and travels and fun time. During that, you will meet that this person who will be the center of attraction, but at the same time, they will be the ones who will help you bloom in your life. Your life will start having a new phase automatically. And this should not take more than 5 6 months. It's not a very long term, it's not short. I don't see that like immediately happening, but 5 6 months at max, 3 to 6 month time. See, justice. So it means two things. Either you're getting justice after being victimized, feeling victimized rather, you're getting justice, or the person you will meet could be a Libra or related to uh, law, maybe like related to law in any way, could be a lawyer, barrister, anything. I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me, you guys comment, come back and comment in the comment section below. Or maybe a Libra, or maybe somebody who is a very, fair kind of a person, fair, balanced kind of a person. They believe in fairness, balance, equal justice for all. Or maybe somebody who either in the law or works for those people, who they fight for those people who are being treated unfairly in life. I mean, life is not always fair, right? And these people tend to work for those people for whom life is more difficult, right? Now, Knight of Cups. Knight of Cups is the same energy, the party animal, more than wild, the party animal, social butterfly, the same. But at the same time, they are warm, compassionate, affectionate in a relationship. See, this is a young, youthful kind of an energy who will help your life bloom. This sunflower, this heart signs that you can see, your life will bloom. I can see him in this person, his sense of fairness. I mean, you will feel that at last justice has been delivered to you. This person himself or herself is very just at others, very compassionate. They are party people. At the same time, they can make another person feel really good about themselves. They will make your life filled with a lot of positivity. That's what I can see. In earlier relationship or relationships, you have experienced more, even in friendship, you have experienced a lot of, self-centric, selfish relationship. Now this is a giver. That's what I can think. Okay, so the last one is a strength card. So I can see a solid relationship. Kudos to you guys, boss. You're attracting a very solid person. who is on the surface a very happy-go-lucky, fun-loving kind of a person, but internally their flair for fairness, I mean, they're literally a godsend in your life. I can see a solid relationship which is based on compassion, empathy, trust, and a lot of mutual respect. This person respects you because he has or she has probably seen you go through the difficult period before he or she became a part of your life. So they have seen, could be very well be somebody who knew you. I mean, I don't know, I mean, that message is also coming. So maybe a friend or a family friend or a common friend or a like a distant relative or somebody you who knew about you or you know of as well. So I don't know, I mean, that's for you to decide, and it's a new message that is coming out. But you are in for a solid relationship. See, the lion, the solid protector, he will be your, you know, that first person whom you could confide in, that kind of a best friend turning. I mean, I don't know, I mean, you could go back and check pile number 2. They also had a very similar message. You could just check. I think you should, it might help you as well. Wow, these are interconnected messages. See, this is a solid friendship plus interdependability, mutual trust, and respect. It's a very strong relationship that I can see going forward. But this is not maybe 1.5 years, that long, but 5-6 months at least, not immediately. I hope group 3 you have had some clarity regarding your situation. If so, then please hit the like button and subscribe and share. Thank you very much.